Wo bin ich gerade?
Where am I now? Where's my place on this earth? Am I on an earth where all human lives are worth the same? Or am I on an earth where my life is worth something in spite of my dark skin? I never thought the one ruled out the other. I didn't think that, as a human being with human rights, my rights could be denied to me, systematically, day for day, sometimes covertly and sometimes overtly. I've inherited trauma. I've inherited pain. And that pain is indescribable.
Und der Schmerz ist unbeschreiblich.
Dab, anan, go for your nan. If you be rap, you be single. If you be anything you want, do a lingo. Do a zonto. Bad girl, go down. Hey, go for your nan. Let me see you do the go for your nan. Hey, go for your nan. Bad girl, go down. Hey.
I grew up in Stuttgart and attended a high school with over 2,000 students, and pretty much all my friends were white. I didn't look like they did, and didn't do the same things at home that they did. They didn't eat the same dishes I did, and they didn't party like we did. Everything was just different. And in a way, I always had the feeling I had two identities and had to adjust, depending on who I happened to be hanging out with. Dancing gave me a feeling of belonging, because it didn't matter what skin colour I had or who I was friends with. All that mattered was dancing and having fun.
For Anna, life is easier in Berlin than elsewhere. She has found her community here.
You can run into a group of Nazis at night here too. It's not like it isn't dangerous to be black or have a migrant background. And it's not just about the things people say, not just name-calling, but things like, "Oh, what? You're at a university?" Or, "What? You were at a preparatory school?" I'm thinking, what's wrong with me going to preparatory school or studying? These things make it hard to feel at home, because you don't look like the others and don't have your roots here, even though I was born here, speak the language. And I'm at university.
She doesn't want to hear the question, "Where do you originally come from?" anymore.
As a black person, you know when you bring a child into this world that it's going to be black, and you ask yourself, do I really want to bring a child into the kind of world we're living in? I don't know what will happen to my child when he or she goes to school. Who will my child run into on the street at night?
Besong and her brother Joseph often liked to play basketball in their Berlin neighborhood. They were born and raised here. But they're also very familiar with the feeling of not belonging.
Sometimes you hear the big kids at my school use the N-word. And unfortunately, I can't do anything on my own about that. I have to go to the teachers, and they take care of everything.
But you know when someone calls you the N-word, Mama always tells you in one ear and right out the other. You know, there are teachers, there's me, there are parents. You can always talk to us. That happens every day, doesn't it?
If somebody insulted me like that, I'd go straight to the teacher. The teacher fixes everything. That's my plan for always.
But don't forget, the teacher isn't the only one who can help you. You can help yourself by saying, "Hey, quit that, enough of that, it's not cool," and so on. You've got a mouth too.
When growing up as a black child in Berlin, the multicultural capital, bullying is part of life. At age 12, Besong is the elder of the two.
What kind of ice cream do you want? I'll take a Calippo. What's it taste like?
Like cola.
Mine tastes great. Have you ever had that feeling out on the street that someone didn't like you?
They say, hiya, hiya. So they insult my language.
Oh, I know what you mean. They think we speak another language and they say hui hui or something.
Or they say, chicken. Has some nice chicken.
I wonder why they say chicken. Everyone eats chicken.
It's a racist stereotype with a long tradition among right-wingers. In the United States, former black slaves were often fed on chicken.
Many teachers always used to underestimate me. They didn't realize how much I can do, and often they didn't call on me. At some point I just got so angry and sad that I simply ran out the door. And then I just cried a little. And they came out and asked me, "Why are you crying?" And I said, "Because you never call on me." And they said, "Okay, from now on, we'll treat you differently."
Besong got over the bad start to become an outstanding pupil. She's made the top of her class 3 times in a row. Anna is a social worker. She supervises a group home for youngsters with mental disabilities.
When I get on the subway train, sometimes I feel the looks I get and a certain tension. For example, that someone holds their bag a little closer, or somebody will scrutinize your hair or your hands. In the summer, when you're wearing a dress or something, they might take a close look at your legs. And you just never know. Is it admiration, like, wow, what beautiful hair she's got, what great makeup she's wearing, or is it disgust? You never know.
Kalsoumy is a Berliner as well. In autumn, she will take up her sociology studies. The killing of George Floyd in the United States shocked her. She took part in the Black Lives Matter demonstration in Berlin, together with her mother and friends.
Now it's at a point where I'd say, we've seen enough, we've heard enough. This is the point where something really has to happen, where there's a need for Germany, its politicians and the media to realise that there's a racism problem here, and now major steps have to be taken to do something about it, at all levels. In schools, too, there are petitions calling for colonial history to be included in the lesson plan, and for the N-word to be prohibited at last, also for steps at the political level in the Bundestag and with the police in Germany. Something really has to happen in all these areas.
Drink something. It's important to drink enough.
Kalsoumy's very close to her mother. Ulrike realized very early on that her child was treated differently from white children.
She took ballet lessons. Like any girl, she wanted to dance ballet in a pink tutu and jump around. And she came out of the trial lesson totally dejected. Kalsoumy was always a happy child and laughed a lot. She was really lively, but she came out pretty dejected with her shoulders drooping. She was 3 years old and said, "Mama, I don't want to be brown anymore." Of course, I was really sad for her, and I had a pretty good idea what was going on. She had realized at that age, I'm always the only one who looks like this, and I'll never have long flowing hair and be able to blend into the group. I'll always stick out somehow. I can remember another moment when Kalsoumy said, "Does it ever stop?" That's pretty tough when an 8-year-old child sums it all up like that. And I still remember how I sat there and said, "I don't know. We have to find a way somehow. What do you need? What do we need? What might help? Is it the environment? Is there something we should say? Do we have to work on responding somehow? What will help you?"
Moments like those spurred Ulrike into action. She started a playgroup for Afro-German children, so at least once a month her daughter would have the feeling of being one among many. Today all those children are almost grown. Several of them still get together in Ulrike's total plural society.
As a child, I still believed in an ideal world somehow. I thought the problem's just this or that. Then, when you consciously realise the situation and read about it and find out you're not the only one experiencing it, it's kind of disillusioning. But I and so many people I know grow accustomed to it relatively quickly, because it's just been so many years, and I've had to develop a strategy for how I deal with it. Racism can really be damaging, especially when you get these microaggressions every day, and that's something to be taken seriously. Many people want to hear about these experiences. They might think, oh well, it's once a month. No, it's every day when you go out. Every day. It starts with the media you consume at home, and then you go out and get these looks. And there are these questions. If you don't get a job or an apartment you applied for, it's not always for racist reasons, of course, but that's always one of the first things you wonder. Was it because of my skin colour? Was it because I'm a woman? Were there really too many applicants? Was my resume not good enough? What was it? It's hard to talk about, and nobody will admit it openly and honestly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Wieder von vorne.
Anna comes to Ulrike's monthly meetings as well. This time they're doing a flash mob in the pouring rain. But not even that can dampen their enthusiasm. Their slogan is clear enough.
Let's stand for tolerance. Let's stand for tolerance. Let's stand.
It looks like fun, but they mean it very seriously. They know full well they have to fight for their rights.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Das ist der Schocki. Okay? Genau. Dann geht's nach